Hello everybody, welcome to the Peace Security channel. As per the voting results, today I'll be testing 360 Internet Security 2013. This is a product by a Chinese company named Quihu. We can take a look at their webpage here. Until very recently, they had this security suite only in Chinese, but now they have it in English so that everyone can use it. They've got protection for Windows and for your smartphone. They've got all these certifications. And let's see what other features they offer. They've got a scan engine, real-time protection, URL protection, privacy protection. And I think we can check the About Us tab. They were founded in 2005, and everything that they offer is free because they believe no one should have to pay for top-of-line security, which is nice. So this is their website. You can take a look at it if you want. I'll just go straight to the product. Now this is a pretty clean looking user interface. I have no issues with it, and it's pretty easy to use as well. You've got your update button here, your scan buttons here, no real problems there. And if you're an advanced user, it does offer some pretty detailed settings. So let's take a look at their features. Real-time protection, as we just saw, USB protection, proactive defense, URL filtering, download protection, anti-keylogger, and this is something I haven't seen in any other security suite yet, a specific module for webcam protection. So let's go into the advanced settings here. They've got self-protection. You can schedule your scans. They've got pretty much all the features that an advanced security suite should have. Now they've got engines. We'll come back to this shortly. They've got scan options. You can customize the way it scans. And they've got 3 protection levels where you can determine basically how many files it scans and all that, the real-time scanner settings. So you can monitor all of these and change them if you want. They've got some advanced real-time monitoring of spyware. I'm not really sure how these components work, because for me this is a pretty new product. Then in proactive defense, it's quite interesting. They say they have process, registry, network file, and driver protection, so it looks kind of like a HIPS module. So that's what I'm going to interpret it as. It's probably some kind of intrusion prevention system, and we'll see in the test how it performs. It's got its own whitelist. I mean, it's not something that you can download, but you can set it up yourself. Then they've got do not disturb mode, which is like the gamer mode. That's basically it. Now one thing that it does lack, like most of the other free security suites, is a firewall. It doesn't have any kind of firewall, which is a little bit disappointing because it has all the other features I could think of. So let's take a look at the engines it uses. It uses the Bitdefender engine, which is getting quite common these days. It has pretty good signatures, so a lot of companies are buying it and using it in their products. They've got the 360 Cloud engine, which is also enabled for real-time protection, and they've got something called the QVM2 engine. Now this is only available during scanning. You can enable it if you want, but by default it's only used while scanning. So I'm guessing it's some kind of advanced heuristic engine. So that's it for the settings part. You can see what kind of features it has. It has phishing protection as well, which is nice. But apart from the firewall, I think it's pretty well equipped to deal with all kinds of threats. Let's take a look at its memory usage. My first impressions are that it is quite light, and I think the memory will also show us the same thing. Only using about 20 to 25 megabytes of RAM, which is quite light. So a green light for dinosaur age computers. Now let's get straight to the test. So I've got like 13 links here. Now some of these, about 5 or so, are from yesterday, and the rest are all 0-day links. In fact, all of them might be 0-day because it's probably not 24 hours since I got them. So let's see how 360 Internet Security deals with these. Here's the first link. It's caught by their download monitoring and also by the signatures. The recommended action is block. It says the unknown program below contains risk. So it's an unknown program. It's giving us a yellow light, but I thought I saw its signatures popping up as well. So that is interesting. That's something, in fact, I do not like, that they give me 3 alerts for one file. If the download protection caught it, the signatures shouldn't even show up. But keeping in mind that this product is still fairly new, I guess that's fine. So we'll block this again. This one's red, so it's well-known malware, and it says may lead to theft or user privacy data, theft of user privacy data, and it's recommended to block this. So I'll block it. So it gives you 3 alerts for each file that you download off the internet that is malicious. Now that's not something that is very professional. I'd like them to fix that, but I'm sure it'll happen as newer versions come out. Remember, this is still pretty new. Now this is caught as a phishing website. I'm sure this was malware too, but since it's caught, I won't bother. I'll just say it was blocked. So it's good to see they've got website blocking as well. So far it's doing pretty well. It's caught all the links. This one's caught as well. We'll block it. Which is no surprise really, because after all it uses Bitdefender engine, so most of these threats should be in its database. It'll be interesting to see how their HIPS module works against 0-day threats. Let's see if any of these web threats get by the signatures, then we'll get to see that. This is another unknown program. As you can see, it's being detected by the signatures, although it says it's unknown. That's kind of like confusing for me, because as you can see, it's clearly a Bitdefender signature here, Trojan generic KD, and then it's got its own ID. So I just think that these overlapping alerts shouldn't be there. There should just be one clean alert. But it's no real deal. Nobody like goes and downloads 100 files that they have to see so many alerts. This is another one that's caught by their download protection. I'm assuming the download protection doesn't have the Bitdefender signatures. It's probably their cloud that's doing that. So some of these it says it's unknown, but the Bitdefender signatures catch it. Here's another file. And it's caught and blocked. Although all of these are working, I should probably try only 10 like I do in each video, but I'll give it everything. I'll try all the 13 links and see what it does. So far everything has been blocked, which is really nice. And another thing that's nice for me is that the malware server seems to have improved their bandwidth. No more frustrating waiting for minutes just to download malware. This is another phishing website. It's been caught. Okay, the last one seems to be caught. There you go, this is the temporary file. And it doesn't exist anymore. I think I should have saved that, but shouldn't be a problem because it's blocked. I didn't see the signatures pop up on this one, so that's interesting. It says it's an unknown program and block is recommended, and I always do the recommended action, so that's what I'm going to do. But no signatures for this one, so it's probably just blocked because it's unknown. So we'll have to wait and see. In fact, I don't know, but false positives might be an issue if it just flags every unknown program. But anyway, the last one didn't work, but as you've seen, we've tried enough links, 12 I think, and it seems to be blocking everything. So far it's done a pretty good job. Everything's unblocked. Now let's proceed to the next part of the test. No need to scan with Malwarebytes because everything was blocked. So now I'll just extract all this malware. Now let me just make sure that Windows Defender is turned off, because I didn't get a pop-up when I installed this. There you go, it hasn't been turned off. So I'll just do that, and now we can get to the second part of the test, where we'll try to find out its detection rate. Now all these files are just 1 day old, around 24 hours. So we'll do a scan, and as you could see, there were 501 files. And these are all malware, obviously, so we'll do a right-click scan and see how many it can catch. I'm expecting a pretty good detection rate since uses the Bitdefender engine. The scan seems moderately fast. Let's see how long it takes to remove all of these. So it's either deleting them or putting them in quarantine. Now, while it's doing this, let's see if we can open the user interface and do an update, because I don't think I showed you guys that it was up to date. It was, of course, but I don't think I showed it in the video, so I'll do it again. There you go, it is. So everything's removed. It says it's scanned 505 and removed 504. Now let's turn on all their protection. See how many files we have left over. We have 27 items. And okay, this is interesting. This is the QVM engine. That's caught another one. That's good to see. So now there are 26. I'm not seeing any more detections, so I'll leave it at that. We had 501 to start with, and now we have 26. So that's a detection rate of 94.8%, which is pretty impressive. It's certainly not the best of the best, but it's pretty good, as you would expect with the Bitdefender engine. So now let's get to the real deal, the 0-day, because we all knew it was using the Bitdefender signature, so this part would go on pretty good. But this will be interesting, how it deals with unknown malware. It does seem pretty well equipped to deal with things that are not in its signatures. It has 3 engines, advanced heuristics, and of course the HIPS module. So let's see how these things work. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Looks like this one is actually quarantine file. So we may have miscalculated the detection rate here. So just give me a second, let me delete all of these. Okay. So now it gets interesting. Just 8 items. So that's a detection rate of 98.4, which is pretty excellent. Now that's more like Bitdefender, because Bitdefender's one of the best engines in terms of signatures. So that's more like it. And so we're just left with 8 items. Let's try them out. Okay, that one didn't quite work out. Okay, this one was caught by the QVM engine, so this one seems to be doing a good job. Detected and intercepted Trojan attacks. So I'll remove it. So that took care of one more. Some of these may not work correctly because part of them might have been removed, but we're still getting some to run. Okay, this is interesting. Registry protection, detected startup item being modified. So by default it's going to block it in 20 seconds, 19 now. So probably the user would hit block because it doesn't really give you any other option. I'll allow this one internet access. That's Windows Firewall. So let's see, what have we got running here? We've got this, which, well, by the looks of it, is most certainly a piece of malware. Now this is their proactive defense, which is supposed to limit malware activities and not let them damage the system. By the looks of it, there's only one process running at the moment. We did see something get blocked by the registry protection, however nothing else I've seen from the driver protection or the process protection, the other components. So we'll just give it some time. Let's see if the HIPS module can limit or totally stop the system from being damaged. And after some time, I'll do my regular, routine, weight test routine, whatever you like to call it. I'll run CCleaner, then do some scans, and I'll be back with the results. Welcome back, everybody. I ran Malwarebytes and Hitman Pro. Hitman Pro says the system is clean, didn't come up with anything at all. However, Malwarebytes has found one item, and it's an app data roaming, and this is the file that we were talking about, the memory process. And I don't think it's running at the moment. It isn't, because I guess the startup item that it was trying to create got blocked by 360 Internet Security, so this is merely just a file. However, it's still an infection. It's ironically, 360 seems to have a lot of protection for spyware, and the only thing it's missed is probably a password stealer. So it's some kind of spyware, and it's present in app data roaming. So I wouldn't really call it a terrible infection, something to ruin the result, but it's certainly not clean. It's not a clean sheet. So it did miss one item, and although it's not in startup items, of course, you could accidentally run this file or do something like, and it was running until I rebooted. So let's say the user didn't reboot and he kept working for another 2 hours, and in that this password stealer stole like 10 passwords. So damage can be done. So it's not a clean sheet, but it's still a very good result. Not going to reboot. So 360 Internet Security certainly did very well. It's a great alternative to Bitdefender free antivirus if you guys don't like it. Some people don't like this tiny user interface and all those issues. You can certainly use this program. It's just as good, if not better, because it also has their own engine integrated. But I'm still not very happy with the HIPS module. I think it could have done better. I think the process protection might have popped up once or twice, but then again, it was just the 8 files, and it successfully prevented at least 7 of them, or at least 5, if assuming that the other ones didn't work out. So the 0-day protection is certainly pretty good, considering industry standards right now, so this is a great option for a free security suite. And if you pair it up with a decent enough firewall, it'll be excellent. In fact, it's since its 0-day protection is good, you can actually use this with Windows Firewall. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Keep sending requests, and remember to vote on my Facebook page. Stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I think the next one will be a giveaway for ESET, so in case you guys are ESET fans, make sure you participate in that. So thanks for watching, goodbye, and good night.